If you could watch the entire history of the universe as a movie, it wouldn't begin with exploding stars or swirling galaxies. It would begin with nothing recognizable. No planets, no light, no space, no time. Everything that has ever existed, including every star, every galaxy, every atom in your body, was once compressed into a state so unimaginably hot and dense that the laws of physics themselves begin to break down. Then, in less than a trillionth of a second, reality changed forever. The universe didn't explode into space. Space itself began expanding. And nearly 14 billion years later, that expansion is still happening. Tonight, we're taking a journey across the entire lifespan of the universe, from its violent birth to the distant future when every star will eventually fade away. Because the greatest story ever told isn't the history of humanity. It's the history of everything. 1. Before time existed, every story has a beginning. The universe is different. When people ask, what happened before the Big Bang? They're unknowingly asking a question that may not even make sense. Time itself appears to have begun with the Big Bang. Without time, words like before lose their meaning. Imagine asking what's north of the North Pole. The question sounds reasonable, until you realize you've reached the limit of the map. That's where modern physics currently stands. Scientists can accurately describe the universe beginning about 10 seconds after the Big Bang, a period called the Planck epoch. Before that, our mathematical models stop working. Gravity, quantum mechanics, and relativity refuse to cooperate. It's one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in science. The closer we approach the beginning of everything, the less certain we become. And strangely enough, uncertainty is often where discovery begins. 2. The universe's first second, the early universe, wasn't empty. It was unimaginably chaotic. Temperatures exceeded trillions of degrees. Energy dominated everything. Matter and antimatter appeared in pairs, only to annihilate each other almost instantly. For reasons scientists still don't fully understand, a tiny imbalance existed. For roughly every billion antimatter particles, there were 1 billion and 1 matter particles. After the mutual destruction ended, that single extra particle remained. Every galaxy, every planet, every human being, every living creature exists because of that microscopic imbalance. If matter and antimatter had been perfectly equal, the universe would contain almost nothing today except light. 3. Let there be light. For nearly 380,000 years, the universe remained opaque. Light existed. But it couldn't travel freely. Imagine trying to shine a flashlight through dense fog. Photons scattered endlessly from particle to particle. Then the universe cooled. Electrons finally combined with atomic nuclei to form the first stable atoms. Suddenly, light escaped. That ancient light still exists today. Astronomers call it the cosmic microwave background. It's essentially the oldest photograph ever taken. Every direction we look in space reveals this faint afterglow. We're literally observing the moment the universe first became transparent. It's not just evidence of the Big Bang. It's its surviving fingerprint. 4. The first stars for millions of years. The universe entered an era known as the Cosmic Dark Ages. No stars illuminated the darkness. Only enormous clouds of hydrogen and helium drifted through expanding space. Eventually, gravity began winning. Tiny differences in density slowly pulled matter together. Clouds collapsed, pressure increased, temperatures soared. Then, for the very first time, nuclear fusion ignited. The first stars were born. These ancient giants were unlike most stars we see today. Every atom of calcium in your bones and iron in your blood was created inside stars that died billions of years before Earth even existed. Quite literally, we are made from stellar ashes. Galaxies begin to take shape. Stars rarely live alone. Gravity slowly gathered them into enormous families. Galaxies, some spiraled gracefully through space. Others collided violently, merging into even larger structures. Over billions of years, these galaxies connected into an immense cosmic web stretching across the observable universe. From a distance, the distribution looks surprisingly familiar, almost like neurons inside a human brain. The resemblance is only visual, not biological. Yet, it's one of the universe's most beautiful coincidences. By now, hundreds of billions of galaxies filled space, each containing billions or even trillions of stars. And somewhere inside one of those ordinary spiral galaxies, a very unusual solar system was beginning to form. 6. The birth of our solar system about 9 billion years after the Big Bang, one ordinary cloud of gas and dust inside the Milky Way experienced a quiet collapse. Nearby supernova explosions may have triggered it. Gravity took over. The cloud began spinning faster and faster, flattening into a massive disk. At its center, pressure built relentlessly until nuclear fusion ignited. Our sun was born. Around it, countless grains of dust collided. It wasn't the biggest. It wasn't the brightest. But it occupied a narrow region astronomers now call the habitable zone, where temperatures allowed liquid water to exist. That planet was Earth. Looking back, it's astonishing how many events had to unfold perfectly for this moment to happen. A long-lived star, the right chemical ingredients, a protective magnetic field, a large moon that stabilized Earth's tilt, Jupiter acting as a giant gravitational shield, deflecting countless comets from the inner solar system. Remove just one of these pieces, and our story might never have begun. 7. Life finds a way. For hundreds of millions of years, Earth was a violent world. Volcanoes erupted constantly. Asteroids slammed into the surface. The atmosphere looked nothing like today's. Then, sometime around 3.8 billion years ago, something extraordinary happened. Simple molecules organized into something capable of copying itself. Plants transformed the atmosphere by producing oxygen. Fish conquered the oceans. Creatures crawled onto land. Dinosaurs ruled for millions of years. Then one asteroid changed everything. Their extinction opened the door for mammals. Eventually, after countless evolutionary steps, one species developed something entirely different: the ability to ask questions about its own existence. Humanity didn't just evolve. The universe evolved a way to observe itself. 8. A tiny moment called now. If the entire history of the universe were compressed into a single calendar year, the Big Bang would occur at midnight on January 1st. The Milky Way would form around March. Our solar system wouldn't appear until early September. Dinosaurs would arrive on Christmas Day. They would disappear on December 30th. All of recorded human history? It would occupy only the final few seconds before midnight on December 31st. The universe spent nearly 14 billion years preparing the stage. We have only just entered it. The long goodbye the universe isn't finished evolving. In many ways, it's only getting started. Billions of years from now, our sun will exhaust its hydrogen fuel. It will swell into a red giant, likely consuming Mercury and Venus. Earth may be scorched beyond recognition or swallowed entirely. The night sky itself will grow darker. Stars will slowly burn out. New stars will stop forming. Black holes will dominate the universe for incomprehensible lengths of time before even they begin to evaporate through Hawking radiation. Astronomers call this the heat death scenario. Not because everything explodes, because eventually almost nothing happens at all. The universe doesn't end with violence. It ends with silence. 10. Cosmic silence. Imagine standing in a universe where every star has already gone dark. No sunrise. No galaxies lighting the horizon. No brilliant nebulae decorating the sky. Only the faint glow of cooling remnants drifting through endless darkness. It's difficult to picture because nothing like it has ever existed. How chaos became structure. The next time you look into the night sky, remember this. You're not simply looking at distant stars. You're looking back through time itself. And somewhere in that endless darkness, the next great discovery is waiting for someone curious enough to find it. If you enjoyed this journey through cosmic history, subscribe and turn on notifications for more documentaries exploring the greatest mysteries of space, time, and the universe.